Hello and welcome to some more Star Citizen news, this time for the week ending the 4th of December. Let's jump straight in with the state of the game. 2.6 is currently with the Evocati, as is Spectrum, the new communication platform, at least in its first iteration anyway, and this does seem to be taking an extra few days. 2.6 is now aimed for a wider PTU test between the 5th and 15th of December, with a live release now aimed at the 16th. This is pushed back basically 8 days from our previous date for a live release. Please check the schedule report for more information, as it does get updated every Friday with the latest info, blockers, and internal targets from CryEngine. This month's ship for subscribers is the Freelancer, so throughout December, subscribers can pilot the Freelancer in Arena Commander and the Persistent Universe. ATV this week was a UK focus, looking at Foundry 42 UK, and they first talked about asteroids and asteroid fields. Previously, all asteroids used to be painstakingly hand-placed. The new system allows for millions, if necessary, of asteroids to be layered on top of each other, and it isn't as time-consuming. They literally define areas, so around 10 or more unique asteroids are used and then layered on top of each other, and they move and rotate around. So they can define the amount of density in an area if they want to, have it really sparse, have it hugely covered with asteroids if they want. And those asteroids move, they rotate. The smaller asteroids rotate more, or at least faster. Huge asteroids, especially ones with bases on, won't rotate at all. They can also set areas where asteroids won't spawn if they want. And that, as I said, they could have asteroid fields millions of miles wide if they wanted to. Cameras. So, there are a new set of cameras for 2.6 for players and creators to use. But let's hear it from the horse's mouth, as CryEngine were very accurate and concise with their description of cameras and how to use them.
So you just cycle through views by pressing F4 and they just go in order. So we're built on that by using F4 as what we call a modifier. So basically, in order to operate the camera, so you just hold down F4 and then plus and minus will change the lens size to a preset one. So you can go to an angle like that where it zooms in close, flattens out the view, or you can pull right back. And like I say, it's changing your depth of field. With all the camera features I'm about to show you, we have a nice quick reset key. You simply hold F4, press the star key, and that'll reset exactly where you were previously. The other new control I want to show you is the target offset, and that basically just allows you to move the position that the camera's pointing at. So rather than focusing bang on the center of the ship, if you want to look a bit to the side, bit above, bit below, you can do that as well. So just like before, hold F4, and to manipulate the offset, use your arrow keys primarily. So left arrow will move you left in the x-axis, right in the x-axis, forward and back in y is your up and down arrows. And if I just reset that, I can show you F4, page up, will strafe up, page down, will strafe down in the z-axis as well. But by pressing Z is a toggle, it toggles on the orbit controls. So this will allow you to move around the ship. You can still, in this mode, change offsets and lens sizes, and then you can reset them at the touch of a button. When you're in a team deathmatch mode, when you die, you'll automatically start viewing your teammates. So the camera will lock onto those, and you can cycle through any teammates who are still alive during the game by using the mouse buttons. From here, by default, the orbit controls are unlocked. Because you're not controlling the player, we can just get those ready to go straight away. So you can manipulate the orbit as they're running around the level, and it will track the player as they go. Probably what I think is the most exciting thing for our community is that we've also included a free cam function. So because our orbit controls are live all the time in spectator mode, you can use the Z key instead to detach the camera from the player. So this enables you to basically move the camera wherever you want in the level. And in addition to this, you can make use of the save load system. So if you're making cinematics, you can cut to different cameras on the fly that you've set up in advance. So I can just give you an example of that now. So I like that shot there. I can save that to slot 1. So holding F4, holding it, the 1 key on the number pad. I like this one as well, just getting all different angles that you can't normally reach while you're playing the game. So a real high up angle there, save that. And then in addition to this, we'll do a nice close-up one of the player. And let's go ahead and change the lens size so we can see right up close, see all that detail. So I'll save that to slot 3. So while the game's going on, you can literally just change these on the fly. So I can go, right, that camera 1 that I saved is there, back to camera 3, over to camera 2 for that high angle shot.
I'm very excited as a content creator to get my hands on those cameras and that camera system for recording some content. The sound of Star Citizen, a huge portion of ATV this week was focused around audio and various pieces from the dynamic music system, weapon sounds, ambience, amongst other things. It's worth checking out if you're an audiophile. I've linked the time codes in the description, so you can just click on that if you want to see that sound piece. They are also talking a lot more about the flight model for 2.6 now. So they've roughly halved the speeds of the standard SCM combat. This is to reduce jousting, to make combat a lot closer range. So rather than 2 kilometers away, you're fighting more at like 800, 1,000 meters, that sort of stuff. Cruise has now merged with Afterburner, so there's no cruise mode, as it were. You now hold shift, and that will get you up to the velocity of cruise speed, but consume some of your boost or afterburn fuel. Fuel consumption has gone through a overhaul as well. Once you let go of shift, you will retain your speed, but you will still be consuming a little bit of boost fuel. When you decelerate or you are not using your afterburner, you will recover this afterburn or boost fuel. Afterburner will reduce your maneuverability, just like Cruise did. So they basically just merged the two systems together to make the ability of boost and cruise mode and all that sort of stuff combat viable effectively. So boost is now on the X button. You can boost and afterburn at the same time as well. Boosting overpowers all of your thrusters for extra maneuverability, whereas obviously afterburner gives you that speed boost and takes you up to speeds you would not normally be able to get up to in the SCM. This makes combat and racing a bit more in depth, but throttle, boost and afterburn management is going to be extremely important both in combat and racing now, and it will make ships very, very different. So an N50 might be able to outperform an Herald on some racing maps, but not on others. It's going to be very much down to certain ships will be better at certain tracks at the exceptionally high level anyway. Weapons, shields and health numbers on ships have all changed too at the same time. Obviously they've rebalanced the flight balance stuff, so they had to rebalance weapons because the range of everything has changed. So missiles and ballistic speeds have been reduced to keep them in line with the rest of the 2.6 changes. And combat is much closer and in your face in 2.6. It is very Wing Commander-esque. The skill curve is also there and easier to learn at the lower end, but still hard to master, or there will be some talented pilots that will be able to rise to the top because of the skill curve. And there's also new missile cams too. There's lots of cool stuff in that 2.6 Quality of Life Arena Commander pack. There were a couple of cool things mentioned in RTV that we haven't previously discussed. Reinforced glass might cause areas to depressurize if it's broken. They're working towards that as a function, so that hopefully will be in Star Marine and the Persistent Universe as part of Item System 2.0. It's all part of that integral core system. The front spikes on the Caterpillar are currently just decorative. There might be a few items in our ship's cockpits that we will be able to decorate in the future as well. And physicalized damage will be in Star Marine 4.2.6. They also showed during the newsletter, the Castak Arms plasma rifle, which is pretty cool. There's a little sneaky peeky there for you. There was also a town hall this week. So the town hall was actually pretty cool. It was with Tony Zurovic, or Tony Z, the director of the Persistent Universe for CIG, and there was a few taste pieces of info that was shared about NPCs, interdiction devices, cities, the mission system, and lots of quite cool stuff. I've done a full video breakdown that is worth watching, linked in the description. It might be appearing on screen like the top right or something as well, so check that out please. It is very much worth a watch. MVP, so Noobifier has done one of the best Star Citizen videos I've come across ever. And last week it was his ship pipeline video where he talks about the birth and creation of a spaceship and goes into quite a lot of detail exactly how that's done and what work goes into it and the steps that go into each part of the process. Please check that out. Check out the Noobifier, subscribe to his channel. He's a beautiful man and he's part of Redacted as well, and he's a very, very good personal friend. And that's kind of it for this week's news. Hopefully we will have 2.6 with us shortly. Delays do happen. That part of that schedule report is that they give us those internal target dates, which will change very often. Some stuff might happen before they expect. That's unlikely, and those target dates are more likely to be broken. But they do give us a good idea, even if it's within a couple of weeks, and they do break down exactly what is causing issues, blockers, problems, and that sort of stuff, and we can see what's being worked on and when. So it's pretty cool. So what do you think of the new flight balance, or the flight rebalance, as it were? Are you excited for StarEngine? Will you be playing in the PTU when it's available, or do you prefer to wait until live builds? Remember, commenting on any of our Star Citizen content throughout a given month gives you a chance to win a ship. For December, that's an 85X or an Avenger Titan, winner's choice, with lifetime insurance. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, as it genuinely does help me. And join me on Sunday, which is tomorrow from the time of recording, at 3 PM GMT, straight after Twerkerson's, Twerk17's Twitch channel thing, on twitch.tv/BoredgamerUK. Where we will be doing some giveaways for Star Citizen and celebrating me being partnered on Twitch, but also to chat, chill out, while we recap some Star Citizen, play some Star Citizen, and talk about Star Citizen. Probably watch lots of other people's Star Citizen videos. Please join me with that, guys. It'd be great. Thanks anyway, and I will see you in the verse.